You are not better than anyone else. The reason I say this is because it's true. And you don't have to believe that you are somehow superior to someone. If you're content with your life, that's great. If you strive to make bigger things, that's also great. But other people are also content with their life or are trying to make bigger things, or maybe they're not, but that still doesn't mean you're better than them. Unfortunately, not everyone is equal in our world. Even outside of gender, sex, and race, we still have a lot of inequality in wealth and power. And that is a problem, but still does not mean that you're superior to anyone in any way. And I find this a lot to be the case in people, especially my generation, and just people all over the world. They believe that their opinions are superior. There's groups of people who believe that their opinions are more superior than others. You know, you have like political groups and stuff that think that they're better than the other one. And while I have my political beliefs, I do not really think that just pointing the finger and saying that I'm better than you, my opinions are better, is really getting anything done. And also, if you are out there just being kind of an ass and saying that people are worse than you somehow, then, or at least implying it and doing things that make people feel inferior, you're a jackass and you should stop, okay? Because I know that's kind of contradicting what I just said. You know, that's my opinion and I'm kind of pushing it on you. But generally, it is just not good for society. It causes problems and it does not make people feel good. It might make you feel good, but really it's not doing anything for you either. And that's kind of a problem, I feel, that we have in society, especially in politics, because if you're just pointing the finger at someone, like, yeah, there's problems and they're caused by whoever. Obviously, they don't just happen on their own. But it's not going to do anything by just arguing with them. You're not going to make any change. And obviously, we don't live in a perfect world where we can just talk about it. But I think that if we all accepted that we're not going to live in the world that we dream of politically or socially, at least for that long, even if we do it with force, it's not going to happen. Okay, just pointing the finger does not work. If it did, we would have a perfect society by now, because we do that a lot. But really, what I think is that we should talk about it. I mean, this is literally something that we've been learning since kindergarten. I've learned it of how, like, when you get in an argument, you know, with another kid, you should talk it out. You should see what they have a problem with, what you're doing, and what they want to do about it, and then you get to talk, right? But for some reason, even though we've been learning this since we were basically conscious, since we gained sentience and consciousness, we can't apply it to bigger world problems. And I know some of you might be, well, if I did that, I could do that if the other group did that. Have you actually pushed for it? Have you really talked to people about this? Or are you just alienating yourself from them? And yeah, so anyway, I think that we have that in groups a lot. And I think it leads to a feeling of superiority, like, I know that this is right, and I know that the other people are wrong, so I'm better or something, right? And that's just in society and like personal things too. It's not just political and stuff. So anyway, superiority does not exist just because you think it does. Maybe politically or you have more power or money than someone else, you're superior in that way, but you don't actually have any superiority when it really comes down to it. You may be stronger, but there's people who are better at other stuff, and there's people who do not have the same opportunities as you. And that's something you need to understand. You're not superior just because you say you are or you think you are. Even if you do things to try to be more superior, you're not. It's just not how it works. Like, yeah, maybe we're not equal, but at the same time, we shouldn't be putting other people down for it. And I still don't think that leads to superiority, and I don't think that's an excuse to make people feel inferior. Anyway, the point I'm trying to get at is that basically we should work together to solve our problems. Sorry, I've changed out of my jacket because I was just outside biking. Where I'm in the Netherlands right now. It's very rainy outside, and yeah. Anyway, I was outside biking, but the point I'm trying to get at is that we should work together and kind of find a median for our problems, instead of just trying to be superior, and also just if you think you're superior, that's kind of a problem because that really just doesn't get anything done. You're not doing anything for yourself or anyone else. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that today, and yeah, see ya.